a Penjamin. The title did not lie to you. This is actually a pen. And you can actually write with it. I don't have paper with me, so you can actually write with it, so that's fun. Yeah, you already know the drill. Grab your pen and let's read these crazy Reddit stories, because I picked one so far that is really long, so I'm thinking of doing maybe 2 and 3 within this video, but we'll see how it goes. I also want to improve my whispering, so if you see the way I whisper kind of change a little bit, you know why. I'm kind of trying to make it better and tinklier for you guys, because I do enjoy doing whispering videos, so I want them to be tinkly so that you guys can actually enjoy it and relax. So let's take one more hit and let's start with the stories. Okay. So first story. You want crazy because I've got crazy. Let's hear this. This happened a long time ago, but in my mid-20s, I knew a guy, a kind of casual friend, who was 21 and who had a girlfriend who was 17, still in high school. They had been together for about 2 years. We'll call him Steve because his name is Steve. Okay. She lived with her mom. Oops. Okay. She lived with her mom, dad, and her brother, who was about 2 years older than her and entering college. I met them and hung out over at their house a few times, so I kind of knew them, and they were really nice people. So Steve used to be at her house almost every night. His girlfriend, and her parents would hang downstairs and watch TV for the evening, and then usually the folks would go upstairs to bed, and Steve and his girlfriend would hang out a while longer and usually have sex in the bathroom or in the living room floor. Normal stuff, really. Okay. Now her dad was a transportation coordinator for a large company, so he spent a lot of time on the road. When he was home from the road, he didn't go to the office too much. He usually worked from home. Sometimes Steve's girlfriend would be tired and go to bed shortly after her mom and her dad would be working on his computer at a little desk in the dining room, and Steve would hang out on the couch watching TV. Okay, off to the races. Steve was into computers, so he and the dad would look at games and stuff on whatever latest and greatest machine work had given him. One night, Steve's down on the floor plugging something into the power strip, and when he comes up on his knees, he can tell that his girlfriend's dad has a massive heart on. The dad pulls his sweats down and asks if he likes that. No, this is not what I think this is. Oh my goodness, guys. By the way, this is not PG-13. I did not know. But let's carry on with the story. Most of us bail at this point, right? Nope. Steve starts sucking his dick, finishes the job, and goes home. So this becomes kind of a regular thing. Every month or so, he stays fast. Girlfriend and the mom go to bed, and he sucks off the dad. But wait, it gets better. He and the girlfriend eventually move in together. stories. Then tried to pull a move on me to force sex upon me. Oh my god, he was trying to wrangle me. After some struggle, I jumped off the couch and pulled out my handy dandy box cutter for situations like this. You know, imagine Cowboy trying to argue. I told him to drive me back to school or else I'll stop him. It's crazy. Oh my god. He dropped me off, yelled cunt, and drove off. Apparently his friend said that he uses his shortness to pick up chicks and usually they pity fuck him. It's crazy. I still have the photo on my camera. When my friends don't believe the fact that he was a midget, I should show them. I still keep the box cutter with me whenever I go. Oh my god. So this